Okay, the domain of a rational function. The domain of a rational function includes all real numbers except those that cause the denominator to equal 0. So how do we go about this? If we're given a rational function, we need to find the domain. Step 1, we're going to set the denominator equal to 0. Step 2, we're going to solve to find the x values that cause the denominator to equal 0. And then step 3, the domain is all real numbers except those found in step 2. So for example number 4, we want to find the domain of f of x, which is equal to x plus 3 divided by x squared minus 9. So we're going to begin by setting the denominator equal to 0 and then solving. So we have x squared minus 9 equals 0. We're going to add 9 to both sides, so now we have x squared is equal to 9. In order to solve for x, we have to take the square root of both sides, so we get x, which is equal to plus or minus 3. So the denominator is equal to 0 when x is equal to plus or minus 3. So then we would say that the domain of the function is all real numbers except when x is equal to plus or minus 3. And a graph of this function is shown and confirms the fact the function is not defined when x is equal to plus or minus 3. So if you notice on the graph, here at -3, there's a hole in the graph, and we'll talk about that later. And then you also have this vertical asymptote where x is equal to 3. So the vertical asymptote at x equals 3, and there's a hole in the graph at x equals -3. And again, we will discuss these types of holes in greater detail later.